Hello YouTubers, this is my 1981 Corvette. This video is more geared towards the eBay ad that I have trying to sell the car, and kind of get the excuses out of the way. The day is pretty windy. I do have a mic sock on, so hopefully that's helping, and as you can tell, it's overcast, which does help a little bit with the glare and stuff. But that dark metallic bronze at the bottom really pops once the sun hits it. I put little sticky notes on the car. I'm going to zoom in on the imperfections first, and then pause the video and get into the engine and all that. So right here I'm going to point to them, but they're probably going to show up anyway. But there's one little hickey there, one little hickey. Probably caused by a wrench or something dropping on the car. Another little dot there. And then some kind of little scratch kind of deal there. The windshield could use some polishing. It's not going to show up without the right light and reflection, but the previous owner must have ran the windshield wiper when it was missing maybe part of the rubber. So somewhere in here at certain types of light you'll see a little bit of I guess you could call it scratch in the glass, but probably could be buffed out. Just haven't gotten to that. Been busy on everything else. The door has a couple of little weird little stuff here. You can see right in here. And probably the worst part of the paint is really right back here. I think they either call that checking or crazing. Maybe there's a little too much reducer in the paint, and kind of have some. Okay, try a different angle here. There you go. And again, once you get back here, unless you're looking for it, you're not going to see it. My best guess is the car was painted in 2001, 2003-ish. But it has been garage kept, and I polished the living daylight out of it when I got it. Still plenty of clear coat, of course, left. And then here there's a little bit of scratch in the window, and I'm guessing maybe this stuff in here was old because I replaced all the felt and all that stuff. See if there's anything else on this side. Nope. And the T-top has a little bit of a scratch here, and there's a little dot right there. Again, when you zoom out, it's very unnoticeable. I mean, you got to be within 4 or 5 feet to see that. All the trim around the windows has been replaced, or not replaced, but painted. Even the fuel filler cap, the rubber grommets, all that stuff, it's been replaced by me. Does have the original aluminum mags that are polished. It's not the high polish. It's a satin aluminum. Tread's pretty decent. If I'm breathing heavy, I kind of made a mistake here. It's one of those upside down days in San Antonio. We started out in the 70s. And the cold front came in, didn't pay attention, don't have a jacket on. Now we're getting down to 50s. Of course, the guys up north are probably going boo-hoo. 50s, that's like swimming weather. Alright, now that I showed you all the imperfections in the paint, show the heart of the car, which is the engine. As you can tell, pretty much everything's been addressed in here. The engine, tranny, everything, clutch, half shafts, all that was rebuilt roughly 8,000 miles, maybe 7,500 miles ago. I went in here and cleaned up everything. As you can see, there's nothing leaking, oozing. There is a Phytech fuel injection. It's their 600 horsepower Go EFI system. The headers have been all wrapped with the DEI's titanium, which, as you know, is the more expensive one. If you see the pictures of the car, you'll see there's a little bit more modern air cleaner in one of the pictures. This is semi the original. I took out all the valves. There's like a arrestor in there for backfire. It's pretty much, there's no restriction whatsoever inside of this, because I like the idea of the cold air coming in, and so if you want to call it a ram air effect. The other one does look cooler, but I have both of those. You get both of those if you buy the car. Even the PCV valve here is one of the dual units. I think it's about 110, 120 bucks just for that. Pretty much everything from the overflow things have been replaced, belts, all the chrome work I've done myself. Let's go around to the front. While we're here, show you even the actuators for the headlights, which are, as you know, are vacuum, have been replaced. All the hoses, vacuum hoses that go to the headlights, have been replaced. All vacuum hoses in this area have been replaced in that stainless steel braiding. Again, you'll see there's nothing dripping, oozing from with antifreeze or any kind of oil or water coming up where the screws are for the intake. It's more of the exhaust wrap. The AC is better than it ever was. It's a new compressor, flush, orifice tube. I've got the larger C4 fan in there. Also have this little cover that's aftermarket, covers up the stuff for the windshield wiper, the motor and all that stuff. Actually, just the actual arm, little things there, what's covering the motors right here, which has also been replaced. There's your windshield wiper fluid, tank's been replaced. I'm going to go ahead and pause again and then set up the camera behind the car, get the exhaust note. Before we do that, just do one more walk around. It is, as I said, overcast today. I'm not sure how much we're going to see under the car, but in my photos I do have a couple of pictures of the car underneath. There is no rust. It's actually been crown coated, which is, as you know, like a self-healing kind of oil-based coating. Not that there's any salt roads in San Antonio, Texas. Just wanted to prevent rust from ever taking hold of the car. The purist will note that the stripe is a little bit darker than what was supposed to come with this color combo. I made a note in the description that the original stripe is kind of a gold color, but down here with the sun it fades like quickly. It looks almost like wood paneling. By the time it's done, it looks really horrible. Most people aren't going to even be able to tell it's not the correct one unless they're just super Corvette guys. It is easy to change if you need to put the original stripe back on there. Probably take about an hour. Alright, go ahead and get the engine note. Alright, we'll go ahead and start her up. Got the mic turned around. Might see a little condensation come out of the exhaust. It is the end of November. I would say about a 50-degree day, kind of high humidity, but wasn't any smoke or anything coming out. The cam's just slightly over medium. It's not a real lopey deal. The previous owner wanted vacuumed, didn't want a real shaky engine and all that. You can tell the engine's very quiet. There's no ticking, tapping sounds. I do have the original carburetor. I'll go with the car. It's I think a 650 Holley dual feed. But I sure like this fuel injection. Just gonna go look at the gauges so you can see the temperatures and all that. Just even at idle, I mean, the oil pressure is phenomenal. Again, it's only got 7,500 to maybe 8,000 miles since the rebuild. And since it's a little bit darker day, you'll probably be able to see the lights. There we go. I pulled out all the original bulbs and put in LED with kind of a bluish tint. And speaking of lighting, since we have the engine running, I need vacuum to run the headlights. We're going to go ahead and close the hood and then pop up the headlights. Basically just kind of let it slam down and it locks. There we go. Here we go in the headlights. As you saw, they came up quickly and evenly. Those actuators are brand new. I'm going to close them and then go ahead and open them one more time and show you the lights do work. The brights work, but I'm not going to bore you with that. I'm going to go ahead and shut off the engine next and then go over the interior of the car, a little more history and some more stuff that I've done. Alright, we'll take a look on the interior. Pretty sure you'll agree the car is immaculate. You can go straight to a car show. Carpet's been replaced. And it does have that kind of foil backed on both sides. It has foil with the, I think they call it like open cell foam inside of it, something like that. Basically trying to keep the heat out of the car. So that's all underneath, all the carpet, the rear deck. The doors have new vapor barriers as well as that heat barrier. And then if I can get under the T-tops here, these are like plasticky kind of vinyl inserts that you put in to block the light, which are just removable. They're just held on with Velcro. The seats are leather. They're not original to the car. It had cloth. And when the guy had the engine rebuilt before me, he went ahead and sent off the seats and had them put in leather. All this backing's been redone, re-dyed. There's your sound system with two 6x9 Alpines, 10-inch Pioneer, 600-watt sub that's under the driver's seat. I'm going to move this little sun shield here, so you can see in here. There's your bags for the T-tops, so you can store them neatly. And then underneath this is, some more storage as well. And if you're not familiar with Corvettes, this is how this little thing here, that's how you tie down the T-tops from shaking when you're driving. This is a little armrest aftermarket. These things run kind of expensive. They're about 99 bucks to 100 and something, depending on the leather or vinyl. If you can see, there's also that same kind of blue lighting underneath that little deck there. Because when you open the car door, you really don't see anything in the back of the car. So I went and removed that and put like a rope light in there. That little handle thing is a screen that does come out, covers, you know, if you have some valuables you're trying to hide. We'll go ahead and round to the driver's side. Again, you can tell the door panels are in pretty decent shape for age of the car. No big rips and stains and all that. The armrests have been re-dyed. You can obviously tell the carpet is pretty much brand new. The gauges do have that white face thing that you stick on there that you can remove if you don't like it. Of course, the big deal in the car is it's a manual. Very, very few 81 Corvettes, I think 13 to 16% is a rough number, were manuals. There's your power windows, power mirrors, door locks, everything. I'm going to go ahead and put the key in so I can show you the windows do work. Let's see. Camera's not cooperating here. There we go. You can see it's pretty darn fast. They did a lot of work on those to clean them up. And we'll go around the other side because it's kind of hard to hold this camera and push all the buttons. Do the driver's side. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn on the radio, show you that the antenna does work. At first glance it looks like it's not even in there, but it just recesses in there a little bit. Went into setup, so it doesn't know we're trying to turn on the radio. Let me go ahead and pause and take it out of setup. As I say, sorry about the technical difficulty. Didn't know I had it in the setup mode when I shut off the radio before. So let me go ahead and power it up. Try to get out here quick enough. Just again to show you that the powered antenna does work. And then you just press and hold the source button to turn it off. Okay, basically just going to do one more walk around, get an overall shot again. I'm not even going to attempt to show under the car, even though I brought a flashlight. It's just too overcast. And the car is on black pavement, it's not going to show up. Shut the door here. And if you read the ad, although Corvettes of this type are not super rare, there are so many of them. This one is fairly rare because it was built on the first day at the new Bowling Green plant. They only built 30 the first day, and this was number 30. Let's see if we can get on the serial number. If you look at the last two digits, it's 30. So that kind of makes it semi-rare. Kind of interesting story. It's a first day build. All the stickers are still on there. That coupled with the manual transmission, this two-tone paint, this particular combo with the frost beige I think it's dark metallic bronze. They estimate about 1,200 of those were made. And show you the other little tag is still there. Show you back here from this point of view. This is where your battery compartment is. Of course, it shut on me. I would say the battery's maybe a year old. You can see I even coated the inside of the battery compartment, the other compartment with the Por 15. Not that aluminum can rust, just like it to look better. And close this up. Even the seat belts are brand new. The other ones were kind of disgusting. Again, thanks for bearing with me on this video. I don't do professional videos, just trying to do my best here. So you can either buy a $10,000 to $15,000 Corvette, put $10,000 to $15,000 into it, or just buy this one and save you all the headache. Drive right out to a car show. I can pretty much guarantee you're going to have the cleanest one out there. Those are the original aluminum mags. I polished those as well. Has all the caps on every one of them. Even little details like the deal here, little Corvette caps on there. Alright, I did want to get back in the car and restart it to show you the Vitec controller, which you obviously don't need to make it run the car. It's just for tuning one time. Go ahead and start it up and then show you also the gauges running. And I'm going to show you everything does work. Engine, as you can tell, is pretty warmed up, even at idle, getting a good 40 pounds of pressure on oil. And we'll turn on the Vitec. There we go. Try to get a focus there without the glare. Again, you don't need that to make the car run, it's just for tuning purposes. It is a 2.5-inch exhaust tubing, cat delete, have Dynamax turbo mufflers. I do have the MagnaFlows, they're a little too quiet for me. They're pretty much brand new, you can get that with the car. Everything just clamps together, there's no special anything to change out the exhaust. I think it came from Eckler's. They make a complete kit. It is a H pipe versus a X pipe. Just because underneath it's kind of hard to do a X pipe on this car or this year. Sorry, but I don't have one of those clip-on deals to have this camera clipped to something, so I'm going to try to hold it with my left hand, shift with my right hand and steer, just to do one little turn around here, just to show you the car obviously does run. Yes, it's a very bumpy driveway here. I'm not going to attempt to obviously drive on the road with one hand and shift and steer. So that's it. Appreciate any comments below. Thank you.